Hey, what's up, Cloudways fans? Good to see you here today. Welcome to another one of our Cloudways Agency Spotlight sessions. Really excited to be sharing with you the story of SoBold today. A little bit of background on their agency, how they leverage Cloudways to help them grow and scale and serve amazing clients. SoBold has been active since 2014. They've got some fantastic enterprise level clients like Transport for London. For those of us in the States and around, that you might recognize that as the Tube in London. So they run their web and digital. They've worked a lot with a private equity firm named Reed Partners, as well as Kapow, a SaaS service that serves almost a quarter of all schools in the United Kingdom. We're joined today by Will Newland, their managing director, as well as Sam Philips, their technical director. Good to have you with us today, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, so welcome aboard. Give us a little background, right? We've got a little bit of a high-level intro of who you guys are, but tell us a little bit about like your core service offering, who you help, and what SoBold is all about.
Sure, yeah, I'll kick us off, Sam. So I founded SoBold in 2014. Much because I was working as a marketing consultant between agencies and website agencies, and I really realized there was an opportunity to try and improve the point of service from both client side, but also from the website delivery side. And slowly but surely managed to rack up a few clients, grew completely organically to a team of 4. And then at that point, we got Sam on board. That was 2016. And again, at that point, it was very, very much we can help with websites, but we didn't really have a real focus as to where we wanted to take things. And Sam came on board initially as a front-end developer. And then now we're sitting here in 2022, a completely different business. Sam has been completely instrumental in helping us take it from where we were to where we are now. And we're a team of 15 front-end, back-end designers, project managers, Sam, myself, based in London, working with medium to enterprise-sized clients with a shared goal of being the number one WordPress design and development agency in the UK. So it's been a pretty awesome journey to date.
Well, it sounds like y'all are doing all the right things. Tell us a little bit about what you were doing for hosting prior to using Cloudways.
So when I joined the business back in 2016, as Will said, we were actually using SiteGround, and that worked quite well for the types of clients that the business was using or sort of servicing back then. But it quickly became apparent sort of the more clients that we got on our books and the bigger clients, the platform didn't scale particularly well. And when we did need support, it wasn't always the best kind of service that we got. So we were looking at alternatives, and we did do quite a big piece really looking at different hosting providers on the market. And we came across Cloudways. We tried you out with a couple of our sites. Our actual site, or sort of our own site, we also put on and tried to do some speed tests and things to see how you performed. And the results were really good. So we very soon sort of moved over all of our sites to you guys. We've got a whole sort of dev infrastructure platform with you too. And one of the key things that we've really liked sort of in those sort of last 4 or 5 years has been the ability to spin up loads of different sites in different locations too. Some of our clients are based outside of the UK. And whilst we do have sort of hosting offering in the UK, we don't easily have any hosting offering sort of abroad, particularly in the States and things where some of our clients are based. And Cloudways has been the sort of perfect provider for that, with the ability to kind of easily spin up sites across the globe, particularly in the States.
That's really cool. We hear about the flexibility of Cloudways and it being a multi-cloud platform. So not only are you getting the options of And I just saw this in chat, right? Jason Nickerson giving a shout out to multi-cloud and staging is the best. So we hear multi-cloud and the flexibility that Cloudways offers is a key point there. But I think as an agency, you drilled into something around, you weren't getting what you needed in terms of support. And maybe now you're seeing a better relationship there with Cloudways. It sounds like that's helped you make this transition into more of the medium part of SMB and working more with enterprise organizations. Can you tell us a little bit about, what was not working with you in terms of support before and now how Cloudways helps you on that front?
Yeah, so we're very much a relationship first agency. We want to be sort of a personable company to all of our clients. And with that comes responsive service. And when things sometimes went wrong with our past hosting provider, it was very hard and very slow to get answers. And we often sort of found ourselves coming up against a bit of a brick wall, really, in terms of reasons for why things weren't working, running slow, were down. So that was one of the big drivers that obviously brought us to Cloudways. And the support is so much better. It's a lot more kind of transparent. When things are wrong, the support team are more than happy to kind of dig in and go above and beyond, really, to actually nail down specifics that might be slowing down the site or sort of taking the site offline. The live chat sort of functionality as well within Cloudways is really helpful in that, because when a site is down, obviously our clients are giving us a lot of pressure. And it's nice for us to know that we can get answers and get answers quickly too, whenever we turn to the Cloudways support team.
Yeah, and I'd just add on to that is that our clients, the key thing they feel towards us is they are reassured by us. And for us to give that reassuring service to them, we need to feel reassured by our service providers as well. And that's something that we do get from Cloudways, and it's something that it's just a feeling. And if you don't have that feeling, and it's the same if our clients don't have that feeling towards us, then we're not doing our job correctly. So if we can give them that reassurance, then we're totally happy on our side.
You mentioned you've got a 15-person team, and that you've moved your kind of development, infrastructure, staging, things like that over to Cloudways. I'm always very curious as to how you're creating, how agencies create efficiencies on Cloudways in terms of the workflows that you're doing, how you're leveraging the one-click benefits of Cloudways. Any insights on how your team has been able to leverage Cloudways to deliver the better relationship, service level to your enterprise clients?
Yeah, so I guess one of the things we've really liked about Cloudways is the very granular permissions that we've been able to give out to the team. So all of our development team have some level of access to Cloudways and the different servers that we've got on the platform, depending on the projects they need access to. And we can kind of grant and revoke access as and when. That flexibility is really helpful. The more senior sort of members of our team have got a lot more access to fine tune the servers, to change some of the config. And again, that was something that we didn't find possible with a lot of other hosting providers that we've either worked with in the past or were looking at around the same time as we were exploring Cloudways. The ability to kind of make config changes to the database, to PHP modules, and to all of the kind of settings within that is really, really useful for us, particularly on the sort of development side of things where we do need to change things. We are going to be pushing sort of environments to their boundaries, just to the sort of the nature of a development process. And being able to sort of change and play with config has been really helpful with that in particular.
How has the platform helped you grow your agency? I mean, obviously you're out there doing great things for your clients. You're getting them amazing results, and that's why they're coming back to you. I think or off camera, you mentioned something about an extraordinarily high retention rate for your clients. So you're obviously doing amazing things, but how else has Cloudways helped you grow your agency faster and into bigger heights?
I think one of the key things for us is the confidence going into any sort of pitches, particularly if a client is sort of, as I say, sort of based abroad or needing to serve clients or their own clients abroad. That sort of reassurance that no matter where the client is located and no matter the sort of restrictions and requirements that they have, Cloudways will be able to sort of deliver a platform, and we'll be able to spin that up quickly, if a client has sort of a particularly urgent need. I think that's probably one of the key things, really. A lot of other hosting providers, it's a lot harder to be able to spin up those different environments and to really cater for clients in all sorts of locations. But Cloudways gives us that confidence going in to win those sort of pitches.
What advice would you give other agencies around, whether Cloudways could be right for them?
I think a lot of it does come down to research, really. If there are a lot of their clients where they have sort of bespoke requirements, I think Cloudways immediately becomes a really good shout because of the sort of the granularity of it, really, being able to spin up individual servers per client, as we do with some of our larger clients. And equally the flexibility to have a sort of a larger server, maybe where all of the smaller clients can be sort of situated if there isn't the need for individual servers for every client. So I think that kind of flexibility is really useful. And for agencies maybe like ourselves, where support is particularly crucial, again, I think that's another really good factor that would hopefully draw them to yourselves.
It seems like some other advice you've given to agencies is to really make that relationship component an important part of their offering and prioritizing that with their business. Any other advice you give to agencies of what's worked really well for you as an agency to grow around that client relationship?
I think just being reassuringly honest with them as well. I mean, we've had pitches where we've been up against much bigger agencies, teams of 100 plus, and we've won it because we've given them the chance to come in and meet our team and get a feel for who we are, give them that trust. And as we said, that trust is end to end. So they come in, they know who they are, they know who they're dealing with. They have access to whatever support they need to be able to know that whatever happens, they're going to get looked after. And we literally have won deals against far superior agencies that don't have that model and are much more focused on the really neat sort of clean cut, I'm an agency, we work for you. Whereas we try to buck that trend and actually show them the support and the arm around their shoulder that they need.
I think sort of tying in with that as well is the sort of flexibility side of things. One of our other sort of key USPs is really delivering flexibility back to the client. And we know a lot of agencies prefer to kind of keep all of that ongoing management directly with themselves. We prefer to take a very different look at it. And when we're building our sites, we really do push for the most flexible platform, flexible back end possible. Really empowering the client to make changes going forward, and really allowing them to kind of manage the site themselves without needing to turn to us for every sort of small micro detail. And I think a lot of our clients really do appreciate that, again. And it means they can just focus on the day-to-day, and as and when they need the sort of bigger changes, we're always there to help.
Well, Sam and Will, I think that is a winning philosophy. I think you're on the way to becoming the #1 WordPress agency in the UK. I'm sure you've got several other agencies listening along today that would maybe like to compete with you for that, but I'm sure you're going to get there, and we're really proud that you're using Cloudways as a part of your platform and also as a key partner in that growth journey. So really appreciate you guys coming by the program today and sharing your story about SoBold.
No worries.
Thanks for having us.
And that is that concludes this week's Agency Spotlight feature. If you're interested in learning more about Cloudways and the Agency Partner Program, check out cloudways.com/agency. See if Cloudways can help your agency grow just like SoBold. Thanks again for being here today. I'm Brent Weaver, and thanks again, Sam and Will. We'll see you guys next time.
Cheers, Brent.
Thanks, Will.